Witam w kolejnym odcinku z Senuły, z Hellblade'a. Pokonaliśmy Walusia. Czemu ona się tak na to patrzy? Pokonaliśmy Walusia i Suta. Co ty tu jeszcze chcesz?
The Northmen say that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness.
To już było.
Bitter cold to the north, fiery
Otwieramy
hot to the
bramę.
south. They say the cold formed ice.
Waluś i Sutek pokonany, więc można lecieć dalej, do Helheimu.
The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice, and the first giant was born.
Nie chcę tego!
Was
O!
So dark, it's dark, the dark. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross.
Co się dzieje?
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
What the fuck?
You?
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damien!
In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true, you searched for control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears, to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came. Through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
No!
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.
Wow. Jezu, jak grubo. Nie wiem, co się stało.
The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. an endless suffering worse than death. And you wanted wanted to surrender, abandoning to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
Ten głos powinien mniej palić, bo ma taki chrypliwy głos, że masakra. Aż bolą uszy, jak się go słucha. No i jesteśmy, lecimy. Do Helheimu. O nie. Tylko nie to. Jaka szarża.
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
Ale to było zajebiste. Nie dam się pokonać.
When there is a new road ahead, the only one that makes any sense.
Jaka jestem zajebista. No dawaj, gościu. Nie dali mi przejść. Sam sobie utorowałem drogę. Gnoje. Uratuję tego Diliona za wszelką cenę. Nawet jakbym miała umrzeć. Ale mi liścia jebną. Kobiet się nie bije. Jezu, jakiś nowy przeciwnik. Ma topór. Dawaj go. Duży jest. Ło kurde, ale było blisko. Fuck, dostałam. Okej. To muszę sobie tego użyć. On też chyba trochę życia oddaje, tak mi się zdaje. O kurde, ile was tu jest? O Jezu, jest tarczownik. O! Kurde, nie zginąłem. Nie wierzę. Gdzie teraz? Chyba przez drzwi, co? Nie widzę innego przejścia. Okej. 3 runiachy. Kółeczko, takie coś i iksik. No iksik już widzę.
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path.
O, i runa.
Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours. However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess.
Dobra, to wy se słuchajcie tej opowieści.
She
Co
will
będę
ask your
słuchał i
lineage.
będę szukał tych run.
She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to Hell to join her slain
wiem, to
love
jest iksik.
Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Proszę. A gdzie może być? O! To jest jakby... Jakbym się tak ustawił. A nie, bo tu musi być taka zetka. O! No nie będzie pasować? Może z drugiej strony. Nie, tak to będzie X. No najbardziej mi tak pasuje. Bo nie chce mi złapać jakby. No złap! No patrz no. Jak w pizdu na złość nie chcę złapać. No tak nie, bo już mi się nawet ten znak nie pokazuje. Tak jest X. A weź to wyczuj, nie? Nie mogę gdzieś wejść wyżej? Jakoś? Chyba nie. No co ty pierdzielisz, że mogę tu wejść? No nie wierzę. O! Co? How? Nie wiedziałem, że tu są schody nawet, sorry. Okej. Ten wikingowski świat jest dziwny. No i teraz wiem, że mogę zrobić Y. A to nie z tej strony. Przestańcie mi piszczeć. Dobra, mamy. A teraz jeszcze pana spirale nienawiści. O. No i jest. I wrota powinny być otwarte, ale tu jeszcze widziałem drabinę. Się zastanawiam, co tu jest. Runka. Można sobie posłuchać, jak będziemy wracać. O, i od razu sobie możemy... Okej.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize.
Wow.
Half black and half the color of flesh. And her face menacing and grim.
Okej, biegniemy. Zaraz zmarzniemy, kurde. Oho.
It's opening.
Ciemność.
Who is it? It's coming. That song again. Is it? It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the dark.
No.
It's coming. This is your moment.
I'm sorry.
Ale
What
okropna.
are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it.
Dawaj, dasz radę.
Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
No i po mieczu. I w pizdu wylądowała. Oła.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be? Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
Nie trzymam z tymi,
Look
kurde.
at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Boże, ta historia jest taka mocna. Czekam na tego Hellblade'a
You're
dwójkę,
too
też
much
sobie
of a
zagram.
coward to fight and end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on.
A! Co ty kurwa Czemu ona to zrobiła?
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. It's real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Dillian. It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in yourself?
No. It's a trick. She knows it's him. It's a trick. He's already dead. You know he's here. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Dillian.
Come to me. Please.
Nie wiem, czemu ona sobie pocięła, kurde, twarz.
The light.
Ja nie wiem, czy ona dożyje do końca.
It's him. There he is.
Ty, czy ta ręka mi się zwiększyła, ja nie zginąłem?
It's in your mind. It's real. It's happening.
Ej, to jest nie fair, nie zginąłem teraz. Ta ręka wygląda... Ja nie miałem aż tylu tego. No dobra. Idziemy przez wikingowskie łodzie. Ej, ale dziwnie biega ona. Znaczy, dziwnie się nią steruje. Jakby nie mogę na boki, tylko W muszę trzymać. I myszką mogę tylko obracać. Dziwnie. Dillion?
There it is. You're imagining things. It's Dillian. He's gone. You was gone. Slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you?
Shut the fuck up!
Ignore the pain. I told
Nie
you
stresujcie jej!
it tricked you. I told you. Where are you going?
Nawet nie muszę odzywać, one same za mnie komentują. No, w końcu się zamknęły. Boże, w końcu spokój. Idźcie spać czy coś. Dawno po dobranocce.
Before she first met
Znaczy,
him,
jak ja tu gram, to już jest po dobranocce.
just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house.
O, już lepiej
Father
chodzę.
Zinbao made sure of that.
Już mogę na boki.
Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
No tu na pewno nie. Tu też nie, więc pewnie tam. I tutaj przez łodzie? Albo i nie przez... Tak, tam jest Dillion. Ale... To jest tutaj. Kolejna twarz.
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean.
Tak chyba się czuję.
Have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
Mama chce, żebym popływała? Czy żebym się utopiła? Ja pierdzielę. Dobra, Dillion, idę. Nic mnie nie powstrzyma.
Nothing lives here, not even you.
Nie wytrzymam.
It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your
Wy też jesteście tylko w moim umyśle, więc zamknijcie mordy.
There he was. The
U.
lone figure of a boy.
Tam jest,
Swordplay under the shade of a tree.
przy drzewku. Dobra.
She remembers the first time she saw him.
O,
To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing. And the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt
o nie.
a ray of hope.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund.
Sigmund!
His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many
Co my tu mamy?
His brother, Sigurd, wants him, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Sigurd plots revenge. He invites Sigmund
Aha, nie mogę się oddalać.
to an army, not a warm welcome. King Sigurd captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Kurde, nie słyszałem do końca, bo odszedłem, no. A nie czytałem też napisów. Fuck me. O, kolejna.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left.
O,
The
kur-
next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
No, nie dowiem co się stało. Dopóki nie rozwiążę zagadki. Tfu. Co ja gadam, dopóki nie znajdę kolejnej runy. Ty, nie mogę tego otworzyć na razie. Chyba musimy iść po prostu dalej do Diliona. A to na razie zostawić. Ale tu jeszcze widziałem drabinę. Gdzieś. A, to po prostu wejście tutaj, taki skrócik, tak? No dobra. Spokojnie, Senua, damy radę. Nie poddajemy się. Nie damy się ciemności. Nic nas nie zatrzyma. Pamiętaj. Jesteśmy twardą celtycką wojowniczką. Ani głosy w umyśle, ani ciemność, ani żadne potwory nie powstrzymają nas przed tym, żeby uratować twojego Diliona. A co tu jest? Co my tu mamy? Aha, inne przejście, tak? A nie! Kolejna runa.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Sigurd, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So
Okay.
she sends her sons to him. but their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund.
O,
So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
krwisty plan jego siostry. Ciekawy jaki to plan, zaraz go pewnie poznamy. Znajdziemy kolejną runę. Mam nadzieję, że znajdę. Jeśli powinna być w tych deskach, muszę się
Day
rozglądać.
after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance. Wishing those fleeting
Aha!
moments of light would stretch out to last.
Dobra, przestańcie gadać, bo ja chcę zobaczyć ten plan, znaczy usłyszeć ten plan.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with the sorcerers. And in disguise, she lies with her own brother.
Kazirodztwo!
She gives birth to a son named Sinfield.
O Boże!
After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them
O
buried
nie.
alive.
Step bro, fuck me. Co za beach, nie wierzę. Dilion, idę, bo mam dosyć.
No. It's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real.
Kurde, ale to drzewo jest jak z tego, z Wiedźmina.
Deluded.
What the fuck?
Where is she going?
Gdzie ja jestem?
What is she following? You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss?
Ale ładnie.
If only she could do the same.
Mogę powąchać kwiatki?
See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
Jej, dotykam. Nie wiem co to za kwiaty, nie znam się na kwiatach. Dotykam kwiatki. Fajne są. I te drzewo kiedyś tak wyglądało. No kiedyś wyglądało ładnie. Tu się poznali, tak?
What's your name?
Senua,
I haven't seen you before.
I'm not. I don't leave home much.
O, to tak jak ja.
Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me.
I'm Dylan.
No czemu nie?
I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe.
No teraz jest tak.
It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness
Widziałem jakiś teleport.
of who you are. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
Won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here,
No.
and all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Brawo, Senua. Brawo. Postawiła się mu.
Dillion? Is that you?
find you, my love. I promise.
Ja pomogę. Cisza i spokój. Kurwa mać.
You see him? You want to believe it. Is he not real? Is he there? You're alone in
Zamknąć
this
się.
mountain. Is that Delia? Nothing lives here.
O, kolejna historia.
You won't survive. You met him.
Albo i nie.
She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign. The tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
No właśnie, czeka na mnie, więc wy zamknąć mordy. Ja gadam, wy siedzicie cicho. Tu też coś jest, ale też jakby nieaktywne, to tam nie idę. O, to jest runa. Tak jest.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound.
Okej.
Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall.
Tak jest.
Burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she
O nie.
had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire.
O! Zjarała
Strike
się.
vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
No właśnie, no ale Senua się nie puści z bratem, bo go nie ma. Ona ma Diliona, więc na luzie. I tutaj ostatnie zakończenie. To była ciekawa historia.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood,
Odin.
Sigmund saw that he only had one eye.
No, Odin.
The man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
Gram. Nice. To była zajebista historia. Podobała mi się. Na razie jedna z lepszych. O kurde. Puść linę. No, myślałem, że to będzie jakiś skrót, ale dobra. Wchodzimy do środka. Ja nie wiem, co to jest.
Take it. A sword.
A, to jest miecz.
Take it.
To jest miecz Diliona. O nie, on śpiewa. Krzyczący miecz. O, teraz się to odpaliło. Muszę przejść próby znowu.
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods.
A, to jest Gramr. To nie jest
Its
Diliona.
name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gram by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the tree of death,
No właśnie, to są wyzwania, jak mówiłem.
where you will face the trials.
Dobra,
There it is. Focus.
musimy zebrać odłamki z miecza i będziemy mogli z bogami się bić. Zajebiście.
Get closer. Can you see?
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
Okej. Może powiedz mi więcej o tym gramie.
Recognize this name. Where are we?
Przenieśliśmy się gdzieś, co?
It feels wrong.
Tak.
Where are we now?
Widzę chatkę Dildo Bagginsa.
So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death.
Ale to nie te uniwersum.
Ordinary. Inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death. Because we have no answer for it. But when it comes,
Może to Shreka?
it forces itself onto our friends or loved ones.
Boję się tam wchodzić. Sprawdźmy, co jest jeszcze tutaj. Dobra, nic tu nie ma. Możemy wchodzić. Puk, puk. Tu Gandalf szary. Bierz tą pochodnię, dobrze ci mówię. Czasem się na coś przydają. Ciemność ciemnościowa jest ciemna. Kto tam?
Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
Zapal tu.
There he is. There he is. Dillian, there he is.
Jest.
You found him.
Tylko muszę przejść naokoło.
What happened? Can you hear me?
Czekaj tam. O nie.
Just wait there. I'll find you.
This is your mission. Find him. You have to use everything you have and find him. Get him back. He was just there. How
Zamknij ryja.
How could you find him?
Find him, kurde, tu nie ma przejścia. Ale jest jakiś znak. No, inną drogę trzeba wybrać chyba. Może jest gdzieś inna. O, tu coś jest. Może tu coś będzie.
I'll find him.
Kurde, 2 rozdroża. Dobra, najpierw w prawo.
Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices? Is that his voice or the voice of the dead? Not Dillian.
Dobra, to nie tu.
Dillian's calling to you. Can you hear him?
Tak, słyszę, słyszę, słyszę.
Sounds like he's getting further away. Have you lost him? You're going the wrong way.
Sama idziesz w wrong way.
Where are you? Turn left. Turn right. Over this way. What was that?
Patrzcie, co znalazłem.
This way.
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman
O,
warrior.
kolejna.
Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker, born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons.
Dobrze.
When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
Troyfing. Tak jest. Czyli to jest miecz pani Havor. Wniczki berserkera. No dobra, muszę iść tu, to jest jedyne przejście, no niestety. Mogę jakoś kucnąć, czy coś?
Touch the walls.
You don't know what
Dobra.
Turn back.
she has to keep going.
It's not safe here.
Nie będę dotykał.
To keep going.
If you go down there, no one can save you.
It's too
Zapaliło się. To idę tutaj.
I can hear him.
Jest kolejne.
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say
Ale
that
gdzie jesteśmy w
evil
połowie gry
haunts the
chyba.
island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist.
Okej.
The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
He is.
A nie wiem, czy to on.
Going. Senua, follow the voice. You're nearly there. Dillian's voice. It's him.
Od lewej słychać.
He's going to save you. Find the voice. Find him.
Ale ja nie wiem, czy to on krzyczy, kurwa, tak jakiś golum. Chce mi zabrać pierścionek.
Find another way. It's not working. You have to use your mind. Where can you go? You're failing. Find another way. Think. Focus.
Dobra, tam byłem.
It's not him. It's not him. We told you. We told you it was a trick.
Tak, mówiliście, że to Dillion. Jakie kurwa to są zmienne zdania baby. Najpierw mówią, że to Dillion, a potem mówią, że to... O, to nie on, to Trick. Chuj mnie to obchodzi, najwyżej się pośpiewam z tym gościem.
That voice doesn't sound like Dillian
What's happening?
Quiet.
It's not him.
He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
Nie mogę biegać, mogę chodzić.
That doesn't sound like Dillian. What's in there?
What is it?
A secret room.
Ktoś cierpi, może trzeba mu pomóc.
It's not Dillian.
There's no way in. Find a way. There has to be a way. Find a way. There's always a way.
Don't stop now. Don't give up now. Find a way.
You're too close to stop.
Spokojnie. Aha, to jest jakiś piec?
Dillian wants me to face my fears.
Jaki ty masz strach? Czego ty się boisz? Oby nie pająków, proszę. Bo wyłączę grę. Boisz się ciemności, tak? O, retrospekcja znowu.
Father, I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it in my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chieftain's son.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a
He
trick.
said I could be normal.
Normal.
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No.
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
Ten głos zły to jest jej ojca głos.
No.
You will not defy the gods.
O ty śmieciu.
Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
Dobrze.
I am leaving.
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Elo, gnoju. Aha, i to była ta próba, tak? Ej, to króciutkie, to jeszcze jedno.
It's done.
You did it.
But there's more. There's more.
You're tired, but you have to keep going.
There's still more.
Wiem, że jest mor, cicho
It's
tam.
not going to be easy.
Są 3 próby. Zrobimy tą, a kolejną zrobimy w kolejnym odcinku.
She hasn't got the energy. No. Too much to do.
Dobra, co teraz?
I saw once a plague strike northern lands of ice. It was so terrible that not the oldest man among us could remember the like. Hundreds died. The sickness took nearly every person younger than 40 and many older. And where dying mothers gave birth, the marks of the plague were on the babes as they came out of the womb.
Okej. Oho.
Where
Jakiś
are we?
duży level, bo się długo ładował.
This place feels.
It doesn't feel
What
right.
is this place?
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy.
It feels wrong.
It feels strange.
Bo to las. Będzie dużo pikseli.
Where is it?
Where are we? Turn back. There he is.
Tyrion!
The light.
Go towards it.
He's in the house. He's
Find-
going in.
He's disappearing.
Follow him.
Don't let him disappear.
The air's
Where's it
gone.
Keep going.
How do you find it?
O kurwa.
It's just a trial.
Błotko.
It's a test. Like the old warrior trials. Dillian will help me.
Mam nadzieję, bo się robi głęboko.
The stench of rot. She can almost taste it. Do you smell it? No. Don't worry. Not everyone can. It was a warm spring day when she went to the river with Dillian and the others. But the water. She could taste the rot.
A, znowu to ta.
No
Okej.
one else could. She knew something was wrong. Something sinister. She
Coś
begged
tu
them to
jest.
leave, but they just laughed at her.
Fix it. You have to fix it.
But soon enough,
How are you going to fix
as
it?
the bodies piled up, no one was laughing. And they knew that she was not like
Tutaj musimy podejść do tej bramy Walorwana. Walusia, no. To jest X. Jakby zepsute. Nie, ale to nie działa. Okej.
You did it. She did.
It's not done yet. Just a small piece of the puzzle.
Okej.
You found a way.
To climb the tower.
The ladder.
Quick.
Dobra, dobra,
I
dobra.
can see it. Aligned to the truth.
Znowu bawienie się iluzją podoba mi się. O! Muszę to jakoś ustawić ładnie.
She did it.
Okej.
Fixed it.
You passed the trial. Get to the house.
You succeeded.
Thank you. O, a tu jest ten.
The Northmen speak of a death moon, a light shaped like a half moon that appears inside a house and goes
Czemu to jest
around the
tutaj,
walls.
od lewej na górze?
I once saw the death moon appear at a farm, and first the shepherd died, then a guest died, and then the farm hands, and then the farmer and 6 of his men drowned at sea.
Okej.
But that is not the end of it, because the dead return to haunt the living. If you see the death moon, then beware, because there will be death in that house.
Jest domek.
Get to the house and finish this trial.
It doesn't finish until
he disappears, Senua. You have to get him.
Come to me.
Idę.
Where are you?
O Boże.
I'm right here!
Are you in there?
You have to find him.
Come out if you are.
Dillian! They're coming for me!
Oh my god.
You can hear Dillian. It's Dillian. Go to him. Dillian, go to him. He's trying to save me.
Ożeż kurwa. Coś mnie goni.
There it is. It's close. It's close. Move away. Senua, move away. Let it see. It is. Go towards it. Run. Focus. Focus. Two more.
Dobra, mam jeden.
Where are they, Senua? Where's Dillian? Where are you? Don't let it see you. Don't get lost. Don't let it see you. You'll start to burn. Going. You'll burn. There it is. Move away. Don't get quick. Run. What should I do? You don't even have your sword. You came through the wrong door. Where's your sword? You must defend yourself. Is that creature? You can't defend yourself. It's Dillian. Find the creature. Where's Dillian? The light. Go towards it. Focus. 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 Look. I have to find one more. One more.
O!
Where is he?
Mam.
You've got them. You have them. Where's the door? You have to find a way and find it. Get out. Run. 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 Look at you. Don't let it see you. It's coming. Move away. You're lost again.
Jezus! Gdzie były te drzwi? Tu. Otwieraj. O Boże. Trzymaj. Ja pierdolę.
Senua! Senua! What happened?
They're blaming me for the plague. They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
How would they know such a thing? Are they gods? None of us are. They're just people. Good people, but they're scared. They're afraid of what they can't see. Like children scared of the dark. They make up stories to fill the void.
Zgadzam się z nim.
Doesn't make them true.
What if my father was right?
You have to step out of this darkness. Let them see who you really are, like I have. You're not a monster.
Co, druga próba zakończona? Tak jest.
Without you, this darkness has made me a monster.
To widzimy się w kolejnym odcinku.
What if you're wrong?
Zostawiajcie łapki w górę,
What if we're wrong?
subujcie kanał i widzimy się na ostatniej próbie jutro. Pa, pa.
The end. It's just a trick.
Zamknąć ryje. Znaczy mówię do tych głosów.
Before you could